was told this by a lieutenant. You don't need that. People don't speak Arabic out there with the papers. They speak English. So when I was studying Arabic with Ali Baghdadi at the mosque on 5335 Greenwood, you know,
South Greenwood.
I had to. Then they started putting me on posts and everything like that. I couldn't make the class, so I told Ali Baghdadi, but he said, "Come by my house and get the lessons." So I used to have to go in the evening and get the lessons secretly, just to get what little bit I got now. You know, alhamdulillah, I'm not blaming anybody. I got it, you know, and Allah continued to give it to me. And you can't take it away from me. Nah. You can't take it away from me. Because Allah gave it to me. And it's mine. And I'm going to keep on getting it. I'm going to keep on studying, etc. You know, I study in the morning, AM, night, etc. My wife will tell you, she'll tell you I get up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, studying. I was up early in the morning preparing for you the other night. And she woke up. She was in the room, the light was on, I came in, you know, this 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But I had already been up, praying and studying. I ain't disturbing nobody, I just want to get this deen. So you have to be motivated on your own. I can't make you, I can't be a lieutenant and make you study Quran. I can't make you learn how to write Quran. You know what I used to do? In 1971, or 72, I think it was, I was in Imam Muhammad, he was Minister Wallace at the time. I was in his minister's class. I was in his minister's class on Greenwood. And myself and Brother Jasper, we were talking with the Imam, and he said, you brothers need to read another Quran besides Maulana Muhammad Ali Quran. He said, there's a place in Indiana, a mosque over there, they got a bookstore in the basement. Go get you a Yusuf Ali Quran. So, and he's saying, get this book called The Secrets of Self by Iqbal, Muhammad Iqbal. And some other books he gave us. So we went over there, and so we got the books and stuff. And I began, in 1970, 71, I would write the Arabic, practice writing the Arabic from the Quran with a pencil. I didn't know a whole lot of Arabic, I just practiced writing it. You know, if I made a mistake, I erased it. You know, I had a notebook that I went through writing the Quran, just writing, just practice. You know, I wrote so much that when I got ready to sign my name, I would go to the right side of the page. Wow, I said the habit's taking over. I loved it. You know, because I wanted it. I wanted this book. I bought my first Quran from Ellis Bookstore in 1969 on Cottage Grove. And when I open it up, I will be reading it. I look on the other side. I said, I want to know what it's saying over there. I go back to reading again. I said, I wonder what it's saying over there. I go to the page. And I kept saying it. I wonder what it's saying over there. And Imam Abdul Alim, I think he's going to be coming here teaching to me too. Abdul Alim, he made a comment once, I never forgot it, out of Philly. He said, we have to learn how to come off the plantation of translation. He said that wall in between the translation is like a wall you got to jump over. Here's the plantation, you got to jump out of the plantation of translation and come into the reality. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that leads right into my question, too. You got 7 levels of understanding when it comes to signs and symbols and also reading. You said earlier about the paradise is consciousness. When it refers to paradise inside of the Quran, it talks about the land of milk and honey and things that Allah will give us there. Can you elaborate on that as far as in the space that we're in right now?
Well, that's biblical, milk and honey. Yes. Manna and quail is what Moses did. These have meanings. These are symbols and signs. and they relate to man's or the human development here, in a state of consciousness and development. You see, and manna. When Moses told them that you can get that in any land, you know, manna and quail. You can get it in. Manna is that doesn't last long. The sun dries it up quick, boom. Quail represents spiritual growth and development. You see. When you look at paradise, and you know, most of the Quran translated is the Garden of Paradise, right? And, you know, Allah says, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. And we said that Adam and his mate dwell in the garden, right? And eat from wherever and whenever you will. That's the first command that was given to them. But they translate Jannah as garden. The word for garden in Arabic is bustan, where fruits and vegetables grow. Jannah is a development of production and growth and development on a continued basis. That's why you can get paradise here and there and there and there and there and there and there. Imam Muhammad said it like this one time. He said, our journey toward Allah is forever. Listen to this now. He said, you don't die. Allah created you for life and a continuation of life. To accept death is to accept defeat. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut, it says in the Quran. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. That every soul will what? Taste death. Didn't say it will die, did it? It said it will taste it. How will the soul taste death? When it separates from the body. It's used to being with the, your soul is used to being with the body. Now when it separates, it gets a taste of what got to go on here, but it goes on. The soul does not die. That's what I'm telling you. So stop worrying about dying. Because Muslims believe in life after what? Death. Life where? Here. Here. You know, you still here after what? After you leave this form. Where you going to be at? Somewhere in the universe. And who created the universe? Allah.
Wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
When you're touching the floor with your head, is your forehead and your nose one and the same?
Yes. It's one movement. Now, let's give you a connection here. This Allah created Adam, alayhi wassalatu wassalam, in biblical language. He said that he created him, he caused a mist to go up from the garden, right? Came back down, and he shaped Adam from the earth, right? And then after he shaped him, got his physical body together and shaped it, right? If you see this picture, he blew his what? Breath where? Into his nostril, and then what happened at that? He became a living what?
Soul.
He became a living what?
Soul.
Ah, here's the connection.
Soul.
Now let's do this. Sniff. Sniff. Where does the air seem to go? Right here to the brain, don't it?
Yeah.
But is the nose on the ground inside?
Yes.
Yes.
It should touch there.
See,
And
I asked that because I heard that there are 8 parts of the body touching the floor.
7.
And
7. The head and nose is 1. And the nose represents desires. The breaths coming to the brain. Now, I don't want you to get hung up on the numbers. I gave you what is there. And all those levels, all of those touches is on one level. That's the message here. That, you know, Allah says in the Quran, وَمَا فَوْقِكِ وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ, that there's no harmony and peace except with Allah. So that balance there, Imam Muhammad said that's one balance going across the floor. And they're on one level, all of them. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he brought all of the prophets on those graduations into reconciliation and brought them together. And what put him where he was the heart above them all. And the Quran was revealed upon the heart, and it's the heart that leads them in prayer. But I don't want you to get impaired by a bunch of symbols and signs and etc. I'm trying to give you as much now as possible, because it takes study. See, religious language is more complicated than mathematics. All these sciences and mathematics, this is religious language, and you have to make connections on top of connections on top of connections. Yes, sir.
So when our forehead and nose is down to the ground, who are we praying to?
You're praying to Allah. You see, you're saying Subhana Rabbiya Ala, Subhana Rabbiya Ala, Subhana Rabbiya Ala. Now why? Why are you placing it to the ground? Because that's where you came out of. You came out of the earth. You see? And your physical, mental, and spiritual life has risen. And you give praise to Allah for all three stages. You see?
But He give us everything. He have everything. He don't need anything. I mean,
you don't need you. I said you're praying to Allah. Why are you praying? Why? This is a question. Why do you think you pray to Allah?
To give Him, to show Him that we appreciate everything that He give us.
Okay, and if you show that appreciation, how do you show that appreciation?
By getting down and putting your nose and forehead to the ground.
Well, that's one, but we are praying for guidance. Why do you need guidance? Because this is a universe that has levels upon levels and levels upon levels of understanding. You know. And you have to pray to Allah for the guidance in all these graduations that you're going to continue to go on even when you leave that body. You see. And once you pray to Allah, you find out how to manage the life that He gave you. This is a powerful life that you have. You know, so you're praying to Allah who created the life, how to manage the life. He said Imam Muhammad said one of the most difficult things for the human being is the management of self. Most people don't know how to manage their own life. But if you pray to Allah, because Allah don't need your prayers.
Right, thank you.
He's not dependent upon you. You think He's dependent? No. We depend upon Him. For what? Guidance on how to live what He wants for us to do, because you don't know the potential that's in you. You have no idea of how powerful what Allah has put in you. So we pray to Allah so He will guide us. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Guide us, not me. Ihdini, no. Ihdinas. When I pray, I'm praying for everybody, because I want you to be guided too. Because we are one soul. And the soul is connected. You see? And once that connection is broken, the plan of God is disturbed until you come back into that connected life. That's why it's called Ihsan. Ihsan is that you're working to bring about the order that was once there, but had got out of order, you want to bring back into its perfection.
I understand.
Something like that. So don't think you just praying to something that's out there in space. Because Allah is closer to you than what? Your jugular vein. If He's closer to you than your jugular vein, you looking out there. Oh Allah! Oh Allah! Allah is everywhere. He's Al-Khabir. He's everywhere. You see? And He's closer to you than your jugular vein. You know what the jugular vein does? It connects the brain and the heart together.
I understand.
You see? So He's closer to you than that. So stop looking out there. You see? His will is in you. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the will of Allah. I know, this may be complicated, but I hope it's simple. Yes, sir.
Man, I understand the topic overall is to try,
You understand what now?
the overall topic is to learn to apply Quran to our life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, speaking as a Muslim American businessman who's trying to establish himself in business, what would be the most important principle to try to incorporate in my life as I, strive to develop myself in business?
Well, the most important to establish it is you and your obedience to Allah. You see, Allah created business. He created the energy of business. And Prophet Muhammad, as you know, he was what before he became a prophet? A businessman. And he was known for his honesty and his integrity. And many of the converts that came to Islam, as Islam began to grow, was through business. Because of the way we